This one I feel like is going to come down to the wire. This is kind of a it is a must-win spot for the Patriots. The Dolphins have a little bit of wiggle room, but I know that they want to get their momentum back on track. Tank, would you take them as an underdog in this game, knowing that probably Tua's not going to be starting under center?
This one, like, because the Patriots, to me, like, honestly, the Patriots are a bad football team. Like,
Yeah.
and I like, if you watch that game, like the way that they were able to get into that game at the very end was crazy. I mean, like, just these kind of quirky, crazy turnovers by the Cincinnati Bengals. Like Mac Jones throws up a damn prayer and it gets like volleyballed into
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby Myers' hands, and then he scores a touchdown. And then you have a
Yeah,
fumble,
right.
and the Patriots have an opportunity to score late, and then they end up fumbling, and then the Bengals end up winning. So, like, there's no way the game should have been close, but somehow, some way, like, there's some funky
Yeah.
juju that goes on in Gillette Stadium that allows the Patriots to just kind of stay in games that they have no business being in. And so now, if Tua was playing, I feel like this should be a layup for the Miami Dolphins because I feel like they're a much better team,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you look at the offensive side of the ball, when you have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and all those guys. But now with Teddy Bridgewater, I think he can still be efficient with that offense. He's shown the capability of moving the ball, but that New England defense, if there's one good thing about the Patriots, is that that's their game breaker. Like a lot of teams, like
Yeah.
say for example the Dolphins game breaker, that's Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. If you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they have Travis Kelsey. If you look at the Buffalo Bills, they have Stephon Diggs. New England doesn't have that on offense, but what they do have is Uche and they have Judon, and those dudes are some beasts coming off the edge. And so those are their game breakers, and I believe that they can probably wreak some havoc. I mean, the one thing that you can just look to is look, to been in concussion protocol a number of times already this season. It's not like he's getting beat up as much as Joe Burrow and some of these other guys, but one thing you can say is that, hey, he gets hit on a few occasions that allows him to be vulnerable. Teddy Bridgewater, he missed a game or two due to the concussion. So, I mean, do you think that the New England Patriots can possibly get some pressure on the Miami Dolphins, on Teddy Bridgewater, throw that offense off track? Like, yeah. So in that instance, this ends up being a stay away game for me because I feel like the New England Patriots defense playing at home can be an X factor to where they can just keep this game close without Tua and without Miami's offense being at full strength. And so this is one that I don't even want to touch.
Yeah, this game, I don't know how to predict this game, to be honest with you. I kind of like the under. It was at 43.5. Now it's ticked down a little bit to 42, but you look at the
Yeah, that
Patriots,
could be a good
they've
play for
scored less
sure.
than 20 points in three of their last six games. Miami, they're offensively averaging only 20.8 points per game during this four-game skid. Jared, how do you approach this game, not knowing if it's going to be Teddy Bridgewater, if it's going to be Tua? This line is extremely volatile at this point.
I am about as sure as I can be on anything that it's going to be Bridgewater this week. You can't put
Hmm.
two out.
I think they
You
already
can't.
announced it. They already announced Bridgewater.
They did
The
100%.
two,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
you can't
Schefter
put
announced it
two. I mean,
Bridgewater.
I didn't see an official announcement, but
Let me confirm.
if he had a concussion, I think it's his third concussion of the season, or maybe one
Well,
of
it's
them
his
was
third time
like
in
a half
protocol.
concussion.
Technically, his fourth concussion because he had the one, and then the week after he's back in. So, it's probably his third or fourth this
I
season.
don't know. Yeah, the over on Tua concussions cap this year. Let's just leave it at that. And that is not
Well,
a good recipe.
they said Mike McDaniel told reporters that Tua did, in fact, suffer concussion. Teddy Bridgewater is in line to start at New England, but I guess it hasn't been like
Mm.
officially confirmed. But more than likely, it's going to be Teddy
And the
Bridgewater.
market is kind of telling you that it's been confirmed. I'm
Yeah.
seeing this line at 3 now. And I'll be honest, at 3, I kind of like the Dolphins. You're telling me that the drop off from Tua to Teddy Bridgewater, who, oh, by the way, is 26-9 against the spread in his career as an underdog. You're telling me the drop off is 6 points? It's 5.5, basically. The Dolphins open as a 2.5-point favorite in this game. And now they're a 3-point underdog. And the total has dropped 2 points. So the value of those points has increased since the move has been made. I think the Dolphins at 3 might be my new best bet of the week. I'm not even joking. And I think it's because of Teddy's experience in these spots. Like, maybe this is exactly what Miami needs right now, which is an experienced quarterback to come in and just run Mike McDaniel's scheme. Now, the issue that I see on the other side, unlike other teams that are in the playoff hunt, the Dolphins' defense is atrocious. And they've struggled at times this year. You saw them struggle against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers on Sunday, and they have not been able to defend the pass really well. Well, good news. You're facing a quarterback this week that is very much, and really an offense, frankly. The offensive play calling situation with New England is a bigger disaster than who's on the field. You have Matt Patricia calling plays for this offense. I mean, that is just not going to get it done in this day and age, which is all about innovation and, being able to out-scheme, out-fox, out-flank your opponents.
Right.
The defensive schemes have been pretty good against Mac Jones this year. And besides that, if that pick six doesn't happen where Jamar Chase just, inexplicably ran kind of a bad route and Burrow thought he was going out and he went in and the defensive back was literally sitting right there, ran it back for a touchdown, and that kind of started the snowball effect of New England coming back in that game. I mean, that game's a blowout, and we're not even talking about New England in any respectful way this week, keeping that game close and battling Cincinnati to final tooth and nail. So I think Miami at 3 is a bet for me, and I'm not overly excited about it, but I will say this. The Patriots defense, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. 13th in EPA per play during that stretch. Weeks 1 through 11, they were first in that category. So say what you want about Mac Jones on the offense. We've seen the defense significantly take a dip in production over the last 5 weeks during this recent down stretch. So I think at 3, Miami's a play, and I think maybe Teddy's kind of the right man for the job in this spot.